What's up YouTube, it's the Big Kahuna back again with another video, and I'd like to give a shout out to Rise and Grind, a Dead Rat ADR, and on to today's video. So I always have to put this out there because some pony always tries to come and attack me. The last time I looked into my inbox, there was a dumb pony talking about Forza 5 and 60 frames per second exposed. Well, you're about to get exposed. But anyway, I had made a video before showing on a piece of paper showing that Killzone doesn't hit 60 frames per second, and I also in that video showed on a piece of paper that Forza Motorsport 5 hits a constant 60 frames. Now I could have just been making that up, but there's two videos that I'm going to show at the end of this video that clearly shows you that this was being tested by Digital Foundry, and you'll see that Killzone never hits 60 frames per second, and Forza hits 60 frames not only most of the time but all of the time through the whole entire video, and it was native 1080p. So getting on the subject that I'm trying to get to is, you have all these fanboys who seem to think because one console is more powerful than the other, that makes it better, which that just simply is not true. It just doesn't make it better just because you feel it's better. That's just your opinion, and that they want to keep bringing up 1080p 60 frames per second. Now when you have a whole bunch of downloadable games, the people call them indie games, I call them tablet games, because to me they're games you can actually put on a tablet and have them running on a tablet, just like you'd have some of those games running on somebody's phone or whatever. So it's not like it's something that's taking up a whole bunch of processing power to be able to get it to run at 60 frames per second and native 1080p, but yet Sony fanboys come out and brag about their tablet games that's on the PS4. Now granted, I have a PS4 also, but I'm not a Sony fanboy and I'm not a Microsoft fanboy either. I'm just telling it like it is, and the fanboys are always attacking the Microsoft fanboys. Now before anybody comes in and say, hey, well, the Microsoft fanboys attack Sony fanboys too. Yes, there's that going back and forth between the both of them, but the point is, the Sony fanboys are all stuck on this 1080p like this is graphics, and it is not graphics. Spider-Man is native 1080p on both systems, and Rise and a whole bunch of games on the X1 look way better than Spider-Man. So 1080p, native 1080p doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot. So getting to the Sony exclusives, you have 4 Sony exclusives right now. None of them are running at 60 frames per second. They may be advertised at 60 frames per second, but being advertised and doing 60 frames per second is two different things. Killzone, native 1080p single player, 30 frames per second single player. Multiplayer, 720p, because you was lied to about the 1080p, running at 60 frames per second and doesn't actually hit 60 frames. So is it okay for Sony to lie to you about how many frames their game is actually hitting? But at the end of this video, I will put up the 2 videos that you will see that happen to be Killzone and Forza. Forza is the only next-gen console game between Sony and Microsoft that actually does native 1080p and hits 60 frames per second. The only one. But anyway, like I always say, fanboys don't love their system, they just hate yours. Peace out.